Okay, I'm like super obsessed with health, apparently. I'm going to make this video about MSG. Yes, I'm going to be reading it off the screen, but I know what I'm talking about. This is not that deeply researched, so you don't have to believe what I'm saying. And if you're addicted to it, go ahead and eat it. I don't care. Like, it's not up to me. Like, the individual has to make their choice, you know? Same way with buying plant-based. It's up to the individual and what they know about things, what they know about the outside world, because there's not a lot of people that research nutrition, and they wonder why something goes wrong and they have health problems when they get old enough. But anyways, this is up to you to believe. This I heard about this from David Wolfe. Not a lot of people like David Wolfe. He's I don't really know exactly what his job description is. He's like a raw whole food guy. I think he's vegan, but he doesn't market it like that. I've heard him in a podcast. I think he has books. But basically, this is an article he wrote about MSG, but he studied it from somebody else. He's not a scientist. He's just like basically a public figure. I don't know. I'll look up his job description right now. I don't know if this will give me results. I don't use Google, really. I use Ecosia, and it's different. Ecosia, like, plants a tree every 50 searches that you do, I think. On my phone I have like 32 plants, and then on here I got 5. Okay, it says he's an entrepreneur. It makes sense. Like, he just does a bunch of stuff, but he's also a conspiracy theorist, and that's why people don't really trust him. So I don't know if you've heard of QAnon. I think he's one of those. Yeah, he's a flat earther. Just doesn't mean that what he knows about nutrition is wrong. I'm just saying. He promotes a variety of pseudoscientific ideas such as raw foodism, okay, alternative medicine, and the anti-vaccine sentiment. Is he anti-vax? I'm anti-vax. Vaccines are tested on animals too, so like, I mean, like, I don't care about like the polio vaccine. I don't care about like the measles. I don't care about that shit. I do not want the COVID vaccine. Nobody wants that shit because it's gonna give them fucking heart disease. Died suddenly. Anyways, let's go back to MSG. I personally believe MSG is bad for you. Before I even read this article, I'm just gonna tell you my experience with MSG. So, when I was a kid and I was sick, I don't know why, I just always had chicken ramen noodles. I'm so sorry to all those chickens that died for me. No, but that's what I had, like chicken or beef, just ramen noodles. It was like, okay, the beef was gross. The chicken one was good. I think the soy one was good too. Like, I don't think I would buy it again. It's like cheap as fuck. If I was broke, I would totally live off the soy ramen noodles. But I think that's what it is. Yeah, soy sauce flavored. What is it? I'm gonna look up the different ramen noodle brands. Ramen noodle. It's Maruchan. I don't know how you say it. Nutrition facts. I know there's MSG in it. but you can like taste it. It's so much different than like just salt, you know? Let's see what they have. Oh, is it soy? No. Okay, beef flavored. Spicy miso. Wait. Oh wait, it might have MSG though. Bowl ramen. Oh, instant lunch. It's not lunch. There's like 5 grams of protein in this. What do you mean? You have to eat something else with it. If you actually know how nutrition works, if you know how much protein you need, usually it's 10 to 15 grams of protein. You can do even like 25. Lots of bodybuilders like eat like, 200 grams of protein a day? Soy sauce flavor. That is so odd. Chili flavor? Yeah, I had that too, I think. Anyways, back to MSG. So, yeah, like, trust David Wolf all you want. Conspiracy theorist, also a raw foodist. He preaches a plant-based diet. Doesn't really talk about being vegan, I think. I've just heard a little bit of his stuff, though. Anyways, monosodium glutamate, or MSG, is a flavor enhancer commonly known as an addition to Chinese-inspired food, but it's also added to thousands of the foods that Americans eat on a regular basis. Canned soup, crackers, meat, salad dressing, frozen dinners, and more. It can be found in school cafeterias and, perhaps most concerning, in baby food and infant formula. You know what I call that? Flesh. And it's not dairy, it's cow's milk. It's stolen. It's the flesh of an animal. Look up the definition of meat. I hate that word. It doesn't tell you, it's not revealing of what actually it is. MSG is used as a seasoning that enhances the flavor of foods, making processed meats and frozen dinners smell better and taste fresher. I love how I say processed. All meat is processed. How do you, you could only get it unprocessed if you hunted it. Including ramen noodles and bacon. Sorry, college students. In neurosurgeon Dr. Russell Blaylock's book, Excitotoxins, The Taste That Kills, he explains that MSG is an excitotoxin, which means that it overexcites your cells to the point of damage or death, and it can even cause brain damage to varying degrees, potentially triggering a number of conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and Lou Gehrig's disease. The free glutamic acid found in MSG is the same neurotransmitter that the brain, nervous system, eyes, pancreas, and other organs use to initiate certain processes in the body. Free glutamic acid. Free? Although the FDA has labeled MSG as safe, they state studies have shown that the body uses glutamate, an amino acid, as a nerve impulse transmitter in the brain, and that there are glutamate responsive tissues in other parts of the body as well. Glutamate responsive tissues. Oh, they don't like it. Abnormal functions of glutamate receptors have been linked with certain neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's disease, Huntington's, and chorea? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce everything. Many adverse effects have been linked to regular consumption of MSG, including obesity, eye damage, headaches, fatigue, disorientation, and depression. The FDA even admits there are short-term reactions known as MSG symptom complex that may occur in those who have eaten large doses of MSG. Large doses, okay. Those symptoms include numbness, burning sensation, tingling, facial pressure or tightness, chest pain or difficulty breathing, headache, nausea, rapid heartbeat, drowsiness, weakness. Some food manufacturers have taken MSG out of their products, but the majority have chosen to hide the ingredient under different names. The FDA requires food manufacturers to list the ingredient monosodium glutamate, but they do not have to label ingredients that contain free glutamic acid, even though it's the main component of MSG. You'll want to check out this list of ingredients that always contain MSG. Idolized yeast, calcium caseinate, gelatin, that's an animal product, glutamate, glutamic acid, hydrolyzed protein, monopotassium glutamate, monosodium glutamate, sodium caseinate, textured protein, yeast extract, yeast food, yeast nutrient. Be sure to read labels when you're grocery shopping. Flavors and seasonings, soy sauce, broth, powdered milk, and natural flavorings commonly contain MSG. Generally, if a food is processed, you can assume that it contains MSG. Sticking to a diet of whole, fresh foods is the best way to avoid it. Reading labels might take a little more time, but knowing that the food that you are eating and feeding to your family is free of dangerous toxins is worth it. I think that wraps it up. Basically, try to avoid diseases. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. I one time bought a bag of chips with MSG, and it was a family size, and I ate it in one sitting. That's how addicting it is. So yeah, I avoid that ingredient now though, so you should too.